Always rises to the top. That's what Denise DeCenzo said, except your cream was curdled. It was curdled on your right now. It was very
I thought my right now, obviously people thought my right now was worthy.
I don't think they even know anymore. I think they just pick and choose.
That's what you tell yourself?
It's Giving Tuesday, Kara. I'm giving you good vibes. Yes.
I don't think so. It is, yes, National Day of Giving. It's Give Back Tuesday. So it's a great time to donate to local charities.
Yes.
Maybe Dress for Success, maybe the Denise DeCenzo Foundation, maybe many of them.
Disabled American Veterans, as I just wrote a check to them last week for a couple of $100. So, and it gets matched by our corporation until they relinquish control of us. So, we have matching contributions here. Is it today? Today's the last day? Tomorrow is they take.
That's another reason we better give today before our sale goes through.
Exactly. So happy Giving Tuesday. Give back, even if you're just kind to somebody.
Yes.
Your necklace is banging. You should. Anyway, I'm giving good thoughts and good vibes. We're going to have a good show today. There you go. That's amazing.
Is that better for you?
That's so much better for me. Canada's maple syrup industry is in a sticky situation, Kara. Get it? Get it? How clever they wrote that. Isn't that funny? You know that 73% of the world's maple syrup comes from Quebec?
I did not know that.
I did not know that either. It comes from Quebec. No, not from Vermont. No.
So they were able to harvest the normal amount.
Right,
but sales are up 21% because
21%, like everything else. Everybody's
with the pandemic, people want more pancakes, I guess. So there's a shortage.
We are understanding there's a shortage in Vermont as well, but the real shortage is up in Quebec, and unfortunately, people are going to have to go with Aunt Jemima as opposed to the real thing. You know what I'm saying? I know I can't do the fake maple syrup. It ruins the whole thing. That's why I bring in bottles of my own maple syrup into breakfast places, just in case they don't have real maple syrup. I bring it in on my own, and people look at me like I'm crazy, but I don't want to ruin my breakfast.
You just smuggle it in?
I smuggle it in. I have a little, what are those, nips? I have
maple syrup?
Flasks of maple syrup instead of booze. I bring in maple syrup.
I do think all restaurants should just have real maple syrup.
And upcharge. I don't care if
I'll pay extra for that. I don't want the fake stuff.
I don't want the fake stuff. Just charge me extra. I think it's great.
All right, so Merriam-Webster has picked the one word it believes represents 2021. Now, I know we had a different word from a different dictionary yesterday, which we had never heard of before.
Right.
But this word, can you guess? Vaccine. Mm-hmm. That represents 2021. It's the official 2021 word of the year. And we can all see why.
Rightfully so.
We can all see why.
We can all see why. I wonder why. I have more vaccines, and now the doctor just told me I need to go for a shingles vaccine.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm over 50. So I will have the COVID vaccine. I will have the flu vaccine. I will have the shingles vaccine. I'm lucky there's still some hair left on my head. It's unbelievable. I'm getting vaccinated for everything. It's all good. Just sign me up, and I'm good.
All right. So babies actually don't have a sense of humor right away. So if they're not laughing at you, it's okay.
Well, thank God. How long do I have to wait for them to laugh at me?
About 1 month, it says, before they develop a sense of humor.
That's pretty good. That's pretty early, 1 month.
1 month, and then they start to have more joyful laughter. They understand that
they coo and they laugh and they giggle at 1 month. They said that 50% of all babies do it at 2 months, I think. Almost, that's anyway. So good for the babies, though. They do have a sense of humor. They smile, they coo, they laugh, and I think that's great. 2 months, about 50% of all babies have a sense of humor.
So if they're not laughing at your jokes after 1 month, it's just because they're not funny.
They're not funny, Kara. You're absolutely right. My jokes are not funny, and I understand why babies across the world are not laughing at me. Anyway.
Well, babies, they talked about the next developmental, they around the ages of 4 and stuff, they go through lots of just funny things like toilet humor.
Oh, I love toilet humor.
So developmentally, toilet humor is about age 4, so just FYI.
Corn? I don't remember eating no corn. It's my favorite all-time Austin Powers.
Just so you know where that is on the developmental spectrum.
Not 44, not 57. But 4.
Okay.
Thank you. This woman is incredible.
Yeah, her name's Mighty Mo, and she is celebrating her 100th birthday swimming.
God bless her.
She has so many, she's got 14 world championships.
Do you believe
this? She set 28 world records. She was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame at 2018, but the most amazing thing, she didn't even really start swimming until age 65.
Look at her. Look at her. She's 100. Look at her. She got a piñata on her 100th birthday, too. They gave her a stick,
her go.
a
She's
piñata,
100.
and a swimming pool.
And when she was asked, what's your advice about life? And her biggest advice was to tell people, just enjoy life.
Just enjoy life. And let me tell you, if I have quality of life to 100 like her, I'll be swimming with her. You know what I'm saying? That's incredible. And she did not start swimming until the age of 65.
65, yeah.
Which is just remarkable.
That's incredible.
There's still hope for me.
Your talents haven't even been...
haven't even been tapped.
You don't even know what you're going to do yet.
But who's the Kelly and the other one?
Ryan.
No, the one before him.
Regis.
He didn't get the job until he was 55.
See?
See? He didn't get the job until he was 55. I'm pretty sure he didn't start Live with Kelly and Regis until he was 55. Or Regis and Kelly, or Regis and... Oh, and speaking of Regis and Kathy Lee, and Kathy Lee's coming out with a new book. It's all about Jesus. Did you see that? She has 25 conversations with celebrities about their awakening experience with Jesus, and she takes some of them to the Holy Land. She's got this whole crusade going on. I didn't even know about, which is really incredible.
Okay.
So the book is coming out. It's like Conversations with Jesus. I'm not quite sure of the title, but I'm sure if you Google Kathy Lee and religion, it'll come up, the book. And I want to say that The Marvelous Mrs. Maisels, one of my all-time favorite shows, February 18th is season 4.
Oh, finally.
Finally, that's what I heard.
Yes.
February 18th for The Marvelous Mrs.
Yes, we watched
Maisel.
that as well.
It's very funny.
And I just finished the morning show.
You did? Mm-hmm. Were you excited? Were you happy?
Well, I can't tell you because you're going to watch it.
All right, very good.
Anyway.
All right, very good.
President Biden had a very sweet moment over the weekend with a young girl who has a stutter.
I love this story.
And if you didn't know, President Biden also had a stutter when he was a boy. And he tells the girl that it's going to go away if she just keeps at it. And then
keeps at it, yeah.
Oh, and then they hug. Aww.
Oh, look at this.
Now her father...
Oh, just listening to the conversation. That's so cute.
It's amazing. Her father was saying it's a day that she will never forget. He ended up tweeting it. He works at the State Department.
I can't even imagine getting that close to a president. I mean, the closest they let me get was to see Ronald Reagan back in the gymnasium at St. John's.
Oh.
When he came to speak in 1983, 84. That's the closest I've ever been to a living president. How about you? You interned at the White House.
Yes, I did get to meet President Clinton a couple of times, in intern fashion.
Intern fashion. But did you shake hand?
Yeah.
Intern. We're moving on.
I'm hearing these in my
head. I know, we're hearing noises in our head.
My internship involved data entry and organizing events.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's be clear here.
Let's move on. Tiger Woods says his full-time golfing days are over, full-time, but he says that he might be making an appearance at certain events, and that he's not quite done with golf yet, but he says he still has a long road of recovery ahead of that devastating accident that he was involved in.
I think it's very inspirational. He has certainly shown how life can be at the extreme highs and extreme lows, both from personal failings to an accident you can't imagine. And so to watch him come back, I just think for everyone who's been struggling and wondering if the sun's going to come out again, that's an inspirational story right there. You got to give him credit for the willpower.
Absolutely. He says it is an unfortunate reality that he will not be playing full-time, but he's going to continue to play. Good for him. I hope and he says he might even join the tour again if everything goes according. But
I wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't put it past him either. He's incredible. This is my favorite story of all time, and today especially. Channing Tatum is back in Magic Mike. Magic Mike, does your heart not just skip a beat? Isn't he so handsome? Oh my goodness gracious. And he's going to do the striptease act again for the movie.
Oh, okay. It's going to air exclusively on HBO Max.
Oh, I don't have that yet, but I will have it.
You might have to get that trial.
I'm going to have to sign up for that because $300 million the movies have taken in, the Magic Mike movies have taken in. Well, you can see why. I mean, could you imagine being born like that? Just look in the mirror and go, "Oh, look, I'm beautiful." It's just not fair. It's just not fair. I'm telling you.
You're beautiful.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm no Channing Tatum, that's for sure. or Bradley Cooper. And he's opening up about a scary incident that he was on a subway and some guy came up to him with a knife.
He was held up at knife point back in 2019. He was on Dax Shepard's podcast, The Armchair Expert.
Yep.
And he said he was just going to pick up his 2-year-old daughter. And then he's actually had this is the thing as far as a safety warning. He had his noise canceling headphones
on the subway.
His hat, and the person came up to him and he thought that they wanted a selfie, and then he saw the knife.
And he saw the knife.
But I guess he managed to knock the attacker away and ran off, and says he went back to get his daughter like nothing happened. So.
But he took a picture. He managed to get a picture of the guy, and he gave it to police. We're not sure if the guy was ever captured or not, but scary situation.
It is so important. A lot of people, are wearing their AirPods all the time. We got to make sure that you don't have it to the point that you don't know your surroundings, because
100%.
It's really not safe. To either A, you can be hit by a car, or B, like something like that, your senses are blurred. You don't know someone's coming up to hurt you.